I left it where it was.
Welcome home, everybody, to episode, what are we on? 38 now? We're getting up there. It's for a show we just started like 6 months ago. 38 of the Community Hall Podcast Live. My name is Chad. I'm your host, and we're getting things off with a pre-show countdown, just asking, when are you going home next? And we got a full crew tonight. Some of them are producers, but we always bring in the entire team to do our countdown. So, Brad, what about you? What's your countdown like?
So, you know what? I don't know.
60 days. 60 days for one of them.
60 days. That's right. Yeah, 60 days. Hard to believe. 60 days. Woohoo!
60 days. Derek?
I am at 99 days for a one-bedroom at Boardwalk because I actually got my points.
You got your points? You got booked? Okay.
We got our points. We got our booked. And then we are 341 days to a spring break trip, probably at Animal Kingdom.
Great.
Shooting for a value. So we'll see how that goes.
Awesome. Gino, what's some of our shared countdowns like?
I got a few of them. Okay, so I'm not in the witness protection program. I'm actually in a hotel room. That's why it's all weird. Okay, anyway, my background's nothing. So I just wanted to say that. So 60 days until we meet up with Brad and Marianne and Jake. So that's exciting. 78 days till we go to Aulani. And then in there somewhere in that realm is Disneyland. And then 184 till the 50th.
Got it.
Wow.
Got it.
Wow.
Got a lot.
I just cheat and have Gina keep track of mine.
Yeah. Just copy that.
There's a pack for you too. I mean,
yeah. Yep. And so, okay then. And Marianne, what about you?
55 days until Katie and I go on an adventure to 2 unknown hotels. And 248 days till Tom, Katie, and I go for just a short weekend in the Christmas season, hoping beyond hope that there'll be a Christmas party to go to. So.
Awesome. Jake, countdowns?
So I have months, not days, but we're just under 2 months to the My DVC Points meetup, and I'll be at Copper Creek for that. 4 months till Animal Kingdom Lodge for my birthday weekend. 6 months until Grand Flow, and then 7 months until, fingers crossed, everyone, DCL Halloween on the High Seas. We just got some good news from the CDC late on Friday, so I think we're good. So
okay.
Hopefully that happens.
I can add my cruise. I got to add my cruise now because I didn't know that.
Okay. So Carrie, what about you? When are you popping over next? Tomorrow, next week.
Right. I was there yesterday at Disney Springs. But I have a reservation for Epcot. I think it's April 24th, it might be, with lunch at Chefs de France. So excited about that.
Ooh, nice. Okay. That's awesome. Dan, what about you? When's your countdowns?
We have our next trip planned in 67 days we're trying the Polynesian for the first time. We've never been there. So we're excited. And then we're doing a split stay, actually. We're switching to Beach Club after that. So we're excited. We've never been to Beach Club either. So 2 new resorts, really excited for both of them. And we're missing the meetup, unfortunately, by a few, what is it, a week, I think? So
you're coming Memorial Day weekend?
No, mid-June.
Okay, mid-June.
You missed us by a
7
week.
days. Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to miss that one as well. So if anybody's there around, June 5th, 6th, 7th kind of a time? Yeah. Most of us from the team are going to be there. I kind of got peer pressured into throwing together a trip. It's like everybody else can be there. I'm going to miss out. But Kate, you got a trip scheduled as well?
In 49 days, I get to stay at, I think is it the Jumbo House? Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Yes, my first time. This will actually be, I want to say, one of my first times staying in a Disney resort. So I am very excited. I know.
That's a way to start right there.
You picked a good one.
Jumbo for your first one.
Yeah. So I'm really excited about that.
Yeah. So I've got less than 2 weeks. It'll be a week from Saturday is when I'm going down to do the RCI stay in Fort Lauderdale, hang out with Jake and the crew and see that last minute vacation deal from RCI. So I'm looking forward to creating some content and teaching you guys all about that because I think it's going to end up being really good. It's like $400 for 7 nights in a 1 bedroom. Wow. And yeah, I mean, that's not even hotel rates. So that RCI program looks like it's going to be a great deal. We'll see if it's a want or really good. And then after that, we've got the June meetup, and then Alani, 79 days away, 78 days away.
Wow.
I'm going to have to go down sometime again this month as well. So it's just crazy. But that's the countdowns that we've got. So let's tune in and see what everybody else that's watching has said. So we have a Facebook user saying 54 to a 12-day stay at BLT Riviera Animal Kingdom.
Wow.
And 256 for Christmas at Copper Creek.
Wow.
So,
Nice.
wow, that's a
So
very
Facebook
lucky person.
So Facebook user, you're going to be there the same time as the team. So you'll have to look us
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, no kidding. No kidding.
But we don't know who you are because you're a Facebook
Yeah.
user.
When you sign in on StreamYard, you have to give StreamYard permission.
Yep. And then I broadcasted it to the groups tonight, which is, I normally just go to the page, but I figured what the heck. And then Dan Austin saying it's 243 days to our 2-bedroom at the house that Mary Ann built.
Love it.
Okay. That went through me because I'm like actually trying to build a house down there. And I'm like going to what? Mary Ann's building a house? Like,
no, Marianne isn't building the house.
got it.
I love you,
Then-
Dan.
Another Facebook user says I'm 12 days and 47 days. And yes, you're not too far from us.
No.
Not
So
too
the
far.
12 days I might be able to hit because I have to go down there and pick out cabinets and things along those lines. So,
Fun.
yep. And then Rebecca says 53 until Riviera, 88 for Old Key West, 150 for BLT, 179 for Saratoga Springs, 234 for Copper Creek, and 259 for the cruise.
Just move.
Woo-hoo.
Buy a house like
Wow.
that. Oh my gosh.
She lives in Davenport, okay? Like she did move. That's why she can go so
It
often,
is
right?
259 days to the last one. So we're talking years. Oh, I guess that's
Yeah, right? But Rebecca, I hope to hang with that, okay? I hope to hang with that. So, and then Amy Meeker Taylor says 212 to Animal Kingdom, 270
long.
to Poly Riviera, and 355 to an SSR AKV split.
Very
That's a
fun.
long
Nice.
time.
Very
Amy.
Yeah.
Yep.
What to look
But Amy
for.
travels a lot in those wintry type months, I think.
Yes.
So
Yeah. And then we found out Facebook user is Caleb, which I thought that was. So he's
Hello,
already
Caleb.
scheduled to hang with us. So Amanda saying June 6th through 12th at Copper Creek. Jimmy saying currently at Hilton Head, so 0 days, and then headed to AKL in June. And somebody else on Facebook, 222 days to SSR. And Rich is saying 288 days to a New Year Eve stay at Boulder Ridge, which
Ooh,
sounds
Nice.
awesome.
Fun.
that sounds awesome.
Awesome. So, okay then. And Gina, let's go ahead or Derek, let's drop everybody down and I will kick this show off and we'll get things rolling. And one more show while we wait. Blair says 218 days to Poly, and the 7-month window opens up Friday. So we'll see what the split stay looks like. That is awesome. Okay, then let's go ahead and Derek, can you roll the video for the intro?
Welcome home, neighbors.
Welcome home, neighbors.
Hello, neighbors.
We're listening from
Arizona,
Florida,
Maryland,
New York,
New Jersey,
Indianapolis,
California,
Utah,
Michigan,
Iowa, Massachusetts,
Georgia,
Canada,
Our home resort is
Animal Kingdom.
Polynesia,
Lake Tower,
Old Key West,
Riviera,
Boardwalk.
Alani Resort,
Hilton Head,
Boulder Ridge, Copper Creek,
Grand Floridian.
Saratoga Springs,
Beach Club,
and Wilderness Lodge.
and you're listening to.
And you're listening
You're listening
to my
Well, welcome home, neighbors. My name is Chad Pennycuff. I am your host tonight for episode 38 of the Community Hall Live podcast by My DVC Points. And we are shifting the show tonight because we took last night off to be with our families for Easter, but we're back tonight and we have got a fun game of forced choices to kick off. And before I get into that, let me do a quick shout out and do an ad read here. And I'd like to thank DVC Rental Store and DVC Resale Market, the #1 reseller in the world. If you're like me and you've been listening, you guys have been just buying up a ton of contracts. And so there is a contract shortage right now. Contracts are flying off the shelf. So if you're looking for that special contract, take it from me. Go get their app and set that trap up so that you get a push notification on your phone the instant that contract hits the market. DVC Rental Store and World of Disney and DVC Resale Market. Let them know you heard about them here on the My DVC Points podcast. Now, let's come back into the show tonight, and I want to start welcoming in. We have a very full crew, so let me welcome everybody to the show, and then I'll go over the rules just so that we're all clear on this as well. So first up, let me welcome back to the show Mary Ann. So Mary Ann, how you doing tonight?
Great. It's good to be here.
I am glad to have you back. And we've got Jake from the DVC Newscast team. Welcome back, Jake.
Hi, folks. Happy Monday.
Hey, happy Monday to you. And then we have, I don't know if you guys tuned into this week's show or not, but it was an episode with Carrie McPherson from World of Disney and DVC Rental Store. How you doing tonight, Carrie?
Hi, Chad. I'm doing great. Thank you. Good to be here.
I am doing great. And we have a very, very special treat tonight because Carrie, tell us a little bit about your background of Disney history.
Oh, sure. So I was a 20-year Disney cast member here at Walt Disney World. And my career over the 20 years, really, I'll sum this up as fast as possible to get right to the game. But some of my highlights was working with Disney Cruise Line, which what everybody's favorite, right? And then in 2008, I was very honored to be chosen to be a Walt Disney World ambassador for the year and represent the company all around the country and parts of the world. I have also been a Disney College Program recruiter for about 7 years and recruited for the Disney College Program and internships. I was a DVC sales guide for a few years as well, which was so wonderful to be where I am today because I still get the chance to work with so many of my friends from DVC. And then I rounded out my career in 2020 by being an opening team member for Club 33 here at Walt Disney World as a sales manager. And so it's been it was a really fun, thrilling journey of 20 years, and it rounded out this past December. COVID hit, and I was part of the 28,000 cast members who were laid off, but I landed pretty well. So
World of
DVC is my new family, and I could not be happier.
Yeah, your new family, your old family, because you used to work with all of those people, right?
I did. Derek, Marissa, Nick, we knew each other. And so the culture is very similar, and we're talking about DVC. And so it's, the building looks different, but the people are the same. And it's wonderful.
Yeah. And so just a little bit of a heads up, Carrie has specific training as a Disney ambassador to not answer some of these questions that we're going to answer tonight. So it's going to be fun to put her on the spot and see if she can play the game along with us. So I am so looking forward to this, Carrie, right? Just to see how you react and squirm, because we didn't go easy on people. I'm telling you, these are some tough choices we've got to do.
They are. I'm not really looking forward to it, but I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. And well, we're happy to have you here. I think it'll be fun and entertaining. So let's welcome back as well, Brad, our normal co-host. So how you doing tonight, Brad?
I'm good.
Right.
Busy weekend.
And then we've got two more new people to the show as well. So let me welcome back in Kate. So Kate, how are you doing tonight? Kate, you're on mute. So I don't know what happened.
Doing so good. I am ready for this. I had to sneeze earlier, and so I muted myself, and here we are.
Okay. Well, it's a live show. Things happen, right? So anyways, Kate is part of our Plus Platoon show. And if you guys haven't tuned into it yet, it's a live stream show that happens on Wednesday nights, facebook.com/Plus Platoon. Those guys do a great job reviewing everything that happened last week on Disney Plus. And so it is a really, really fun and entertaining show. Tune into that one as well. And then we've got another first-time guest with us, and that's Dan Calamert. Dan, how are you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great, Chad. Thanks for having me. And I echo your plug for the Plus Platoon. I've seen those episodes, and great job, Kate and team.
Thank you. We have fun.
It is fun.
Awesome. So, okay, so let me go over the rules tonight. So this is a forced choices game, and we're going to give you 3 attractions that are in the parks, and you have to come back up to it. Well, one of them's not in the parks, but that's minor detail. But it's forced choices. You have to tell me, are you going to match these attractions up? One of them, you get to talk it up. This is an awesome attraction, and here's why. One of them, you say, this one needs to be fixed up. And here's why. And then the last one is usually the fun one and the one that makes people scream. It's Rip It Up. That attraction is going to get pulled out of the park. We're going to make room for something bigger and better. So one of them you get to love on. One of them you get to love on a little bit with a fix up. And the other one, it's just out of there. Okay? So you guys got this?
Oh yeah.
Right.
Maybe.
It's going to be
everybody
a rough
tuning
night,
in as
people.
well. You're welcome to come back in and comment like your team Chad that you agree with me, or it's really fun when we get your interactions going as well. And so
Kate.
Kate's already there going, Team Kate, Team Kate. Yeah.
If you didn't know,
Yeah.
Captain
So-
America is on the moon, and so everyone is Team Kate.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so Derek, Gina, let's throw up our first round here. And so this one is the Magic Kingdom Mountain Mayhem. And our 3 attractions are Space, Splash, and Big Thunder. So what are you guys going to do? Which one are you going to talk up? Which one are you going to fix up? And why? Okay. And which one are you ripping out? Brad, you want to kick this thing off?
All right. So I'm going to do all 3 at once, right?
Yep. All 3 at once.
Rip that Band-Aid off. So, all right. So I kind of took a little bit different take on this. To me, the one that I'm going to leave alone is Big Thunder. And the main reason that I would leave it alone is because it was redone not that long ago. And I like the redo. I like the little things that they added in. The redo is going to be Splash. That's kind of a cheat because they're gearing up to do the redo. And I'm looking forward to it. Listen, I don't have any problems with the Song of the South movie. I enjoyed it as a kid. I love the theming that's there now. We've seen it for as long as my kids have grown up. But
so you're talking up Big Thunder, you're fixing up Splash, and that means.
And can you believe it? I'm gonna. I don't know how else to say it. Can I say I'd tear it down and put in a different one?
Oh yeah, yeah. Rip it out, Brad.
Because that's the Space Mountain at Disney World. I don't ride it at all anymore.
Yeah,
I'm an old man. My body screams at me every time I ride that ride. It's just like I know I'm going to be in agony when I get done. That thing just snaps and whips me in that narrow car. Right, Gina? Tell them, Gina. We like our Disneyland version of Space Mountain way better. So, yeah.
She says already she's Team Brad, right? Okay. Marianne, what are you thinking?
Well, I actually am going to match right up with Brad. I am going to keep Big Thunder. We love Big Thunder just the way it is, especially at night. It's just fun. Splash, it's getting a redo anyway. And to be honest, if they could just redo the part where my always stuck by where the waterfall falls right in the boat right on top of me pretty much every single time, I'd really like that. So that's what I'm gonna fix about it. I don't care about the theming as long as I don't get drenched to my underwear anymore.
No more stopping you at the waterfall.
No more stopping me at the waterfall, and I don't care. And then I'm with Brad. I am freaking old and I cannot ride Space Mountain anymore. And Katie Tracy's gonna come running down here and going, Mom, you can't get rid of Space Mountain. It's my favorite. And I don't care. It is gone. Goodbye, Space Mountain.
Jake, what are you thinking, buddy?
Jake's muted.
Jake, you're muted. Maybe you had to sneeze too, and so you
muted my bad.
yourself,
Yeah,
that's okay.
We're on the same wavelength. My bad. I was saying this is really tough, but we're gonna talk up Big Thunder. I absolutely love that attraction. I love the queue. Love everything about that ride. We're gonna fix up Space Mountain actually because I do enjoy Space Mountain, but if they could be like Disneyland where the rows are a little bit bigger for us tall folks, so we're not like all so tight. That's the only thing I would change about that, but Space Mountain is great. And then, I can't believe I'm saying this, we're ripping up Splash Mountain. I love that ride.
Out of there, baby.
The only reason we're putting it in the 3rd spot is because I don't like things that I don't like rides that get wet that much. Cali River Rapids, Splash, I'd rather just not get wet in a theme park. But all 3 I love. So my answer could be different tomorrow, but today those are my 3.
Okay. Carrie, what are you thinking now? The moment of truth.
Okay, so I'm not very unique on this because I would keep Thunder Mountain, redo Splash, and then I have to join the old category. It hurts my neck to do Space Mountain, so I would repurpose it though to Disneyland. Same with the rows and the music, and for my own pain and suffering, I would slow it down a little bit.
So Team Brad and Carrie with their grumpy old man cane. Okay.
A little bit.
Let me make a small correction. I'm not old. My body is. My
Okay,
brain is
okay.
still a child. So
I'll be really honest. I'm just plain old. So
Still beautiful though.
yeah,
Yep.
yeah, there you go.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Yep.
girl.
Kate, what are you thinking here?
Yeah, so I'm going to shake things up. If Derek was here, Derek knows all about shaking things up. I would talk up Space Mountain. I love
Really?
Space Mountain. Yes, because it's one of the only roller coasters that I don't get motion sick on. And I think it's because I can't see. I don't know, but I love Space Mountain. I would fix up Splash Mountain. And when they said that they were redoing it, I was like, oh man, but like that song that the things sing that gets stuck in your head all the time. I love that song. And I love the scenery of it, but I think it would be really cool as a Tiana deal. And I would get rid of Big Thunder. The only time I've really enjoyed Big Thunder is when it was going off during the fireworks.
Oh, that's
And,
awesome. That's
good.
awesome.
That's the best part.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So I'm going against the grain here.
Well,
but,
thanks for visiting with us, Kate. And maybe someday we'll have you back.
This is what we get for bringing somebody from the Plus Platoon. This is what we get.
Blow it up.
And Gina, by the way, try to keep score as well to see who gets the most votes. Right. So, okay, Dan, what are you thinking here?
Well, I'm kind of with Kate. I love space. Space is awesome. I love space, but I'm gonna say though, I want to fix it up a little bit. Because it's a little herky jerky.
Yes.
And
Yes.
So I'm gonna fix that one up. I am actually gonna talk up Big Thunder Mountain Railroad.
Yes.
I like that one as well. And Splash Mountain. See ya. I would rip it out. I'm not a huge water rides at a theme park guy, so
Yeah,
that's what I'm
absolutely.
gonna
I
do.
agree.
Absolutely. So I am coming back in and I am talking up Big Thunder because that roller coaster is just awesome. It's the original OG family coaster that almost everybody in the family can go on. Space Mountain, see ya, right? I mean, we're ripping that thing out. Now you can bring in the Disneyland track, okay? Where it's side by side.
And
Yes.
smoother.
Yeah. You can bring in the Disneyland track, but I am ripping it out to bring in the Disneyland track. And then the one I'm fixing up is Splash Mountain, and I'm fixing it up just because it's old. Okay, it's a classic, but it's just not working for me anymore, and I don't know why. I like it, but it's like I'm so looking forward to Tiana. Okay, so let's see what some of these people say here as well. So Gina, I mean, you need to try to keep score here and see if you can mark down what everybody said, but okay, and. Man, I got a lot of comments here tonight as well. Ryan just says, Team Kate over here, Kappa's on the moon for sure. So
There, that's where he's at.
Dan Austin, he's talking up Big Thunder. He's fixing up Splash, and he's ripping out Space.
I knew I liked that Dan Austin guy. I knew I liked him.
I'm never going to get invited back.
Nah.
No, you're
Right?
Really, that's what makes America great. You have the right to be wrong. You really do. It's okay.
Well played. Well played.
And I think this is another Team Brad vote here, isn't it? Right? Talk up Big Thunder, tune up Space, and then tear out Splash. So then Justin says he's Team Brad here. He's a smart guy. And then Caleb gives you a negative vote, Marianne.
One behind you laughing at you. Stop that. Don't laugh at her.
He's laughing at me because all the water's pouring in my boat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Splash. That's what he's laughing at.
Yeah.
He's in
And
the
then-
other boat.
He and my husband.
Yeah. Jess says she's Team Brad. And then Rich says, no touching all three Disney sacrilege. Yeah, you can't play the game. You got to play the game, Rich.
Oh,
right?
Rich, you just wait. It's going to
Yeah, I
get
was gonna say, you
Oh, it's getting evil. It's getting evil, right? So Derek says, yep, he's totally Team Jake. And then Rebecca says, tossing out Splash. She doesn't like getting wet, and she's down with the whole refurb. And, okay, it looks like that's Connor RL says, and we went to Vera. Okay. Wasn't an older comment. So Justin Murray says Space Mountain is getting a little easier to ride after a drink or two. The pain aspect goes away.
That I will.
Nothing like a tramadol before you hit the ride.
But you got to hit a sit-down restaurant there to get that drink or two. So
I hadn't
Yeah.
really thought of that theory. Maybe that'll help.
Makes it so much better.
And then Amy saying, talk up Big Thunder, fix up space, rip out Splash for a bigger thrill ride.
Ooh, she's Team Jake. There we
Yeah,
go.
Team Jake on there. Jake and I are no longer friends.
Okay. Sorry.
Well, we're getting
Jake
rough
has
now.
officially become Make Jake Cry Night.
Yeah, right. And then Caleb says, talk up Splash, fix up space, tear up Big Thunder and replace it with the Big Thunder version in Paris.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
Now, yeah.
That's kind of cheating a little bit because you're doing it at this one. And so Holly says Team Chad, Marianne, Brad, and Carrie. Okay.
Everyone except Kate.
And another Facebook, talk up Splash, fix up space, rip up Thunder Mountain. Jake and I are still no longer friends.
I got the point, Facebook user. It's a good thing I don't know who you are.
I liked how they called it Thunder Yawn Mountain. Thunder Yawn.
And Linda's saying, keep Splash and Big Thunder Mountain. Goodbye, space. And another
I
Team
like you,
Brad and
Linda.
another Team Brad. Okay. So let's move on to the next round here. So this one is just pure evil incarnated. Okay. I mean, this is just like there's a special spot in Maleficent's castle dungeon for whoever wrote this one, and I'm probably gonna have to take the blame. So now we're talking 3 shows, forced choices. Which one are you gonna talk up, fix up, and rip up? Okay. And I know this one's gonna be hard for some of you guys, especially you, Kate, because you come from entertainment. These are all your buddies.
I did one of these shows. So
Yeah.
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 Okay.
I already know. This is easy for me.
Oh,
That's fine.
okay.
Everybody
Okay.
go. Everybody go.
Okay. Okay. Well, if it's so easy, we'll just have you start and we'll go around from there. Okay. We'll
Let's
give Carrie the
go.
last spot.
All right. All right. All right. So here's this. Listen, talk it up. Festival of the Lion King. Period. Full stop. It's the one of the greatest shows on Disney property. It's magical every single time I saw it. It was magical every single time I performed it. It's amazing. Fix up Hoopsie to review.
What's wrong with who? Like,
No, well, I couldn't talk up all of them. So fix up Hoop.
yeah, but you got to tell me what you're fixing up. Okay.
More chicken.
More chicken.
More chicken. No, it's a great
You need
show.
to replace the strawberry shortcake signs with more chicken? Like,
Yes. Although I do love strawberry shortcake. No, I think even if they just changed it up, it's been the same show for a really long time. Maybe just mix
Okay.
up some of the songs. It's great. And rip it out, Dapper Dance.
yeah. Classic Magic Kingdom attraction. Like, look at Carrie. Carrie and I are just like both like going, what are you
Don't
thinking?
cry, Carrie. Don't cry, Carrie. Don't cry.
But it's hard to. I mean, Chad, you were totally right. It is hard to choose between any 3 of those because they are all so iconic for in their own right. They're all so good in their own right. So that's me.
Okay. Okay.
I'm
So,
disappointed, Kate. I'm disappointed.
I thought you probably would be. I thought so.
okay. Let's see if Dan can make things any better for us. So Dan, what are you thinking?
This is a tough one. I've seen them all, and I have seen Hoop-Dee-Doo a long time ago. It's probably been a decade, but
It's still the same.
okay.
So,
All
there
right.
you
I think it's a classic. I enjoyed it. My kids enjoyed it. I'm gonna say talk that up, Hoop-Dee-Doo.
All right.
I'm
good with that.
Yeah, I'm gonna fix up the Festival of the Lion King. I love that too. It's almost a toss up, a 1A, 1B for me there. So that's tough. Maybe we update the Pumbaa float or something. I don't know what we fix up, but
add more acrobat.
That's
maybe-
fair.
there you
That's
go.
fair.
Sure. And then I guess I'm tearing up the Dapper Dans, even though my name is Dan. I'm tearing it up.
Oh,
I know. Yeah. Sad. That's a tough
I'm
one.
telling you. Okay, so I am talking up the Dapper Dans, right? They are absolutely amazing, okay? They are classic Main Street USA. You do not get more Walt Disney World, Disneyland than Dapper Dans, okay? That is just iconic and classic. When you walk in and those guys are out there busting it out singing on Main Street, you know you're home, okay? You know you're home. It's awesome, right? Classic, classic, classic. Now, Hoop-Dee-Doo, I'm going to fix up a little bit and I'm going to work on the menu, okay? Because every time I eat there, I get a little sick. And I don't know why it is. Maybe it's just like I just eat myself sick just from gorging. But something on that menu just doesn't sit with me. And so that's the only thing I'm going to fix there is something on the menu. And then the one that I think it's time to do like a refurb on and rewrite the story and repitch it, I'm keeping all the actors, but I'm ripping out as it is.
I don't like where this is going.
Festival of the Lion King, right? It's time for an overhaul of Festival. Brad,
My heart just broke.
Yeah.
What are you thinking?
I'm thinking, you're my beloved leader, and I love you, and I respect you, and you're dead wrong.
Amen.
This time, but next time, I'm sure you'll be right. No, I'm kind of in a sense, just flipping your first and last. Festival of Lion King. I'm with you, Kate. Yes, it's been the same, but there's not a time that I don't go to see that. And there's not a time that I go see it that I don't just feel like a kid again. Those crazy monkeys and just
hats off to the monkeys, right?
Oh, it's a fun show. And yeah, they could change it up and everything, but sometimes you mess with something that's kind of perfection and you end up with something that's not perfect anymore. So I would prefer just to leave it alone. Hoop-Dee-Doo, I am totally with you, Chad. I love Hoop-Dee-Doo. I love the experience. And it's not that I don't dislike the menu and it doesn't, I haven't gotten sick there. I just think it needs a freshening up. It's been the same menu for as long as I can ever remember. And I'm kind of with the Rich Farrington, who said it's sacrilege to touch the classics. But if there's one that I'm going to get rid of, honestly, it's Dapper Dans. I'm with you. When I hear them, it's phenomenal. But I never go out of my way. I've never made a trip that I went, oh, I got to find the Dapper Dans this trip, because it's not a trip without hearing Dapper Dans. I enjoy them when I hear them, but if I didn't hear them, I wouldn't notice that I missed them that trip. So
I knew I liked you.
Okay, Marianne, what are you thinking?
Well, I have to agree that Brad and Kate are really smart and you're really dumb. So there you go.
Now, come on, it's not dumb.
My first choice, and I'm keeping it, and I'll keep it forever, will be Festival of the Lion King. I think there's just something wonderful about the in-park show, the air conditioning, getting the kids involved, and oh my gosh, just giggling at those tumble monkeys and the beautiful bird dance, and there's just lots about that show we just love. It's my number one thing, and it was sad to be at the parks without Festival of the Lion King back in February. So that was my keep. My change it up a little bit is actually Hoop-Dee-Doo, but I'm going to do something different than all of you. I'm moving Hoop-Dee-Doo. I'm moving Hoop-Dee-Doo from the fort and I'm putting it in Magic Kingdom. They've got that big, I think we need a show. I think we need a dinner show like that in Magic Kingdom. I think it'll get a lot more visitors that haven't ever wanted to trip out to the fort. And I think it'll just breathe new life into it to have it.
Maybe
move
a
to
golden
Magic
outpost.
That's a fair fix-up, right?
Or the
And
Diamond Horseshoe.
The Diamond Horseshoe is
Diamond Horseshoe, yeah.
Diamond Horseshoe is a great place to put it, and just add a little bit. Maybe they'll have to do some refurbing to make it work, but
They will, but yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, I think that would just make it even easier for families to fit it in instead of having to plan a night to go all the way to the fort to do it. So I think that would also bring in a lot more fans for Hoop-Dee-Doo, and it'll go on forever that way. And I'm sorry, and I'm a music major. I love music. I love the Dapper Dance. But just like everybody else, I don't go looking for them.
I do every single time.
I don't go looking for them. It is not an essential moment of my life to go and find them. And so
it's not a trip to Magic Kingdom without the dance, right?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. It's a trip to the kingdom without the Dapper Dans. Granted, I don't think I'd ever actually do it, but we're not really doing this, people. But I would get rid of the Dapper Dans. So,
Jake, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go with the flow on this one. We're going to go ahead and talk up Festival of the Lion King. I don't think there's a show at Disney World other than Finding Nemo the musical that has as much talent in one show at a time than Festival of the Lion King. You got acrobats, you got singers, everything's Broadway.
I would give you that.
It's fun. I love Animal Kingdom Lodge. I love the Lion King, so it's a winner. We're going to fix up Hoop-Dee-Doo. I love the show, love the food. The only thing I don't like is I've always wondered why during the holidays they don't do a slight overlay for it. Like maybe like Halloween do like a little change, Christmas do a little tweak here and there. I know they decorate Pioneer Hall for both, but maybe just a little bit different to give you something to go back more times instead of just once a year. You could go, hey, I'm going to go for Halloween and Christmas this year. Perfect. You can do both. And I can't believe we're ripping up the Dapper Dans. I love them. They're just not as accessible in the park. You kind of got to maneuver to Main Street to see them. I do like the Cadaver Dance during Not So Scary. They're in Frontierland, which is so easy because you're constantly going back and forth during the party through, where the Country Bear Jamboree is. So I think it's just extremely accessible.
They're on a cavalcade now. They have their own cavalcade. They come through the parks to you.
I know, but I mean, they're just during normal times, at least they're just not as accessible, but all three are great shows. And honestly, if you're at Disney World, see all three if you can, but I would see Festival of the Lion King. Make that your priority though, if you're going to pick one.
All right, Carrie, talk some sense into these people now. I'm counting on you.
I know you are. Okay. I can't get rid of the Dapper Dans.
Thank you.
No. It's a Walt Disney iconic Disneyland tradition.
Yeah, it starts at Disneyland.
Yes. I can't get rid of them. And I can't get rid of Hoop-Dee-Doo either, so I don't like this game. It's driving me crazy.
Okay. Let me see if this would change. If Dapper Dans was replaced with Voices of Liberty, would that change anyone's answer?
See, now I really don't like this game because
no, we can't do that. That's a whole nother discussion, Kate.
Right? Liberty either. Oh my God!
It would not change mine. It wouldn't change mine.
It wouldn't. So I would leave Dapper Dans. The only thing I would fix at Hoop-Dee-Doo would be the menu, and I would add to it a few different varieties.
Team Carrie and Chad. Yeah. I knew you were going to talk some sense into them, Carrie.
Right. I'm not a huge strawberry shortcake person. It's good, but I'd add something else on there too. But the talent and the show, for me, it's like, I love that it's the same. They've changed up some things here and there. They do an overlay of Christmas. They don't do an overlay of Halloween though. That's a good idea. But they do an overlay of Christmas that I've seen it. And I like stretching out to the Fort Wilderness and like making a whole, afternoon.
It's a night. It's a night.
Yeah,
right?
It's definitely an experience. And I think that trek from the parking lot into the Fort Wilderness, like something, especially when you've got new people with you, they have no idea where the heck you're taking them on this dark bus in the middle of Fort Wilderness. Like it's, but it's so fabulous. And then Festival of the Lion King, I love it. I do. And whoever said that the talent in that show
a lot of talent. Yeah.
Unbelievable. So what I would do is I would move those talented people throughout the park because I want everybody to work and have their entertainment jobs. But I guess I would get rid of that one. But I'm no fun at this game. I'm like,
Yeah, you are. See, you just backed me up 100%, right?
yeah,
Because I wasn't going to put
That's
him out of
how you
work
know
either, right?
keep Dapper
I wasn't going to put
Dan.
him out. Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say
would
this
change up the menu at Hoop and then Festival of the Lion King.
to validate what you're saying. I will say this without saying anything I can't say. Many of the performers, many of the Tumble Monkeys have been in the Olympics. Many of the singers have been on Broadway. The Birds are professional ballerinas. Like, these are not just run-of-the-mill performers.
Oh no,
they
I
are
know.
unbelievable
Yeah.
caliber. So,
Yeah,
and I
the
didn't
talent
know
is-
doing the show.
But the show has been the same since day one. Like, freshen it up. Like,
They did add 2 8 counts of music in 2014 so that the birds could bow. You're welcome.
like I said, change it up. A bowing bird is not enough change, right?
You're right.
It doesn't need a change. They tore up a theater and built a new one for it.
And
That's how good it
exactly
is.
what's
Doesn't
changed
need a
in Dapper
change.
Dan's.
Okay.
Changed.
Let's
Yeah,
come back in
they're-
and catch up with some of the
they're all
crowd
changed.
comments here as well. So
They're screaming. They're screaming in the comments.
they have to be like
Turn off your caps. Okay, just
Connor saying, why is it I always agree with everything that Carrie says? She's awesome. Can you help me get into the club?
suck up.
Suck it up. Well, that might work. Okay.
Thank you and no.
Derek says, keep festival, fix up the Dapper Dance. Fix up. Oh my gosh, Derek. You got to explain that when I'm bringing you in. Like, how can you fix up the Dapper Dance? Like,
for that.
Get ready.
Well, I think
No
they've done a
preparation.
lot of it. I think they've done a lot of it by making them available in the cavalcade, but make them more accessible around the parks.
Yeah.
That's how I would pick up Dapper Dance rather than just
Okay.
on Main Street. Have them in Frontier, have them in Fantasy, in different costumes. So there's more jobs for the behind the scenes too. So that's how I'd fix them up.
but does it really fit with the theming of those lands? Okay.
The cadaver
It
dance fits
it
perfect.
can in
Frontierland.
costume, especially in Frontierland. Frontierland could really work. 4 singing cowboys out there, absolutely.
I think Caton really was hitting on something. I think I'd probably be a different story with Dapper Dan's if it was something that I knew where they were going to be and I knew they were going to be there and I could really schedule it. You say the cavalcades, but the cavalcades, you don't know when they're coming.
Right.
Same reason I don't want to stand on Main Street anymore for a parade. I don't want to stand on Main Street to wait for a cavalcade for Dapper Dance. So I don't see them. I miss them. I never.
Yeah.
So I'm sure the cavalcade's great, but I've never seen it.
Got it. Okay. Well, let me finish up the comments. Derek, I'm going to drop you back down and I'll let you pick the final round just because I did this to you as well. We've got a couple of them down there. We've only got time for one more. So, okay. And let's see. That was Derek's. Let's see. Blair is saying, I'm tearing down the dance. Whoa. Fixing up Lion King and talking up Hoop-de-Doo. And then, so Ryan says, I never stop for the Dapper Dance. Oh man. Like, no love for the dance. Rich says, talk up Festival of the Lion King, fix up Hoop-de-Doo, and rip up the Dapper Dance. Love Team Kate. Okay.
My, how the tides have turned.
Rebecca is talking up the dance. She's fixing the festival and she's tossing out Hoop. Ouch. Like, I don't know how we can do that. Okay. Gina says, I'm team Chad here. Dapper Days for the dance. Okay. Justin saying, adding Cirque du Soleil performers to Festival of the Lion King is about the only thing I can do to think of to make it better. I think it's the same caliber of people. Okay. I really, really do.
You mean is switching up with kind of a Cirque feel, maybe?
Yeah.
I love Cirque. But
Yeah. Caleb saying, talk up the Dapper Dans, fix up the Lion Kings. No idea how. Okay.
I can't think of one.
And tear up Hoop. Man, what are you thinking, Caleb? So, and to Chad, boo this man. Like, no.
Come on.
Holly says, talk up Dapper Dans, fix up the Lion Kings, tear out Hoop. Out of default, we've never been. Okay. So That
why
softens
I'm
You'll
moving
change
that
your
to
mind.
softens that a
Magic
little bit.
Kingdom. That's
Yeah.
why I'm moving to the Magic Kingdom, to make it easier for people to see them.
Yeah, good point. Good
I
point.
really just want Carrie to like me on this next round because she was disappointed in me last time, and I want Carrie to like me, so it's fine.
Okay, then. Well, you get to follow Carrie. Okay, so you could just copy and cheat, right? But Amy says, I'm going to abstain from this one. We just don't do the shows. Gina says, and the cadaver dance. Sam's saying, okay. And he signed in now and still no longer friends with Jake.
Sam, he was one of the ones I liked that joined the show.
A pox on all who 86 the dappers. Mr.
I'm good
Coates,
with that,
consider
Sam.
yourself on the Jake list.
I'm good
Brad,
with that, Sam. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Hashtag I go looking for the Dans. You tell him, Sam. You tell him, right?
We're
And
probably going to get death hate mail now. Thanks a lot.
We are.
Brad, for
we
setting
are.
us up.
Oh yeah, that's guaranteed, right? Kevin Ladd says the uncomfortable benches at the Festival of the Lion King takes that show down a few notch. You are dead right there, my friend.
I'll give you that.
I'll give you that
that.
one. You're right.
And Derek saying the Dan started at Disneyland so they can stay there. Ooh,
There you go.
Ooh.
There
Oh,
you
he
go.
flipped it.
I'm putting a knife in someone's heart today.
Hot take. Hot take.
Oh man. And then Mark Koppel is saying, keep the Festival of the Lion King. You can't keep, Mark. You got to play the game. You were late. So and then Jess is saying, Team Kate, Brad, Marianne, and Jake, you guys are all very convincing on a hard round. Okay. And Sam is saying, Carrie, Chad, and Sam BFFs. That's right. Okay, Derek, we got time for one more round tonight. And what's it going to be? It's producer's choice. He's taking us to Hollywood Studios. Okay.
Okay.
This is so hard.
Thank you for
But not
skipping
this
Star
one.
Wars. I appreciate this so
Easy.
much.
I appreciate that as well.
Yeah. So Hollywood
Carrie,
Studios.
we're right here. We're right
Okay.
here, sister.
It's easy.
Okay. Rock and Roller Coaster, Tower of Terror, and Slinky Dog Dash. Ouch. Because these are kind of like the classics of Hollywood. They've been there. Slinky's only been like 2-3 years, but it's Toy Story, right? Okay. Let's see who wants to, I'll just put it this way. Who wants to go first on this one? Jake? Marianne.
Sure.
Marianne
Okay,
volunteered.
go.
Okay.
All right. So this is an easy one for me. Tower of Terror, best ride on the planet. It is a very favorite ride. It does it. I love Tower of Terror. I love everything from the creepy pre-show through the drops that, just favorite ride. I am going to fix up Slinky Dog Dash, and the only thing I'm going to do is give it some more cover while you're waiting in line, because standing out in
that's
the
good.
sun stinks. And Rock and Roller Coaster, I'm sorry, but I am not tall. And so that dumb head thing comes right here, and my ears go like this the whole time, and I get a headache, and I'm done. So goodbye, Rock and Roller Coaster.
Okay. Not even retheming it to Iron Man like they did in Paris. So just
No.
out of
Goodbye.
there. Okay.
Goodbye. If they could come up with a different restraint, I might think about it, but I hate that restraint. So goodbye.
Yeah, no more pinballing in there. Ding, 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 ding. Right.
Hate that.
Jake, what are you thinking here, buddy?
Oh, if there was a time for a three-way tie, this would be it. But so let's do it. We're gonna talk up Slinky Dog Dash. I love Pixar. I love Toy Story. I think that ride is so much fun and so much faster. It's so much faster than what it looks. So that was one thing that surprised me when I wrote it when it opened. Was I was like, oh, this is actually got a little bit of a kick to it. Aerosmith, we're going to fix up. I don't know how. I mean, there's nothing better than riding a roller coaster and listening to Aerosmith tunes. I'm just there jamming out the whole time. I love that ride. I still think Incredicoaster's a little bit better, so that's why we'll put it in the number 2 spot. But it's a great ride. And Tower of Terror, I love that ride, but it's the only one on this list that gets me a little dizzy, just because I have motion sickness. So that's why we'll put it in the 3rd spot. But it's a great ride. I love the theming. I love the bellhop. I love the creepy part at the beginning. They're all 3 great rides, but that's the order it's going to go if I had to choose.
I need to introduce you to a little product called Bonine. It'll take care of that motion.
Bonine, that's what I take on the cruises, but I don't know about taking it at Disney World.
It works perfect.
Okay, we'll give it a shot, and then we'll revisit this then.
Uh-huh.
Carrie, what are you thinking here?
Well, just like all of them, it's impossible. I know, Kate. I'm trying to send you my answers. I don't know if you've got them. It's
got 'em.
impossible. They're all so great and they're all so unique and fun. So I'm gonna keep Rock and Roller Coaster because that's my mom's favorite. And my mom's 70, how old is she now? 75, I think. And that woman can do that 2-3 times in a row. I had to find a
Wow.
bench after the first one and she hops off it and she's like, let's go again. She's a little crazy. So I have to get, she'd kill me if I said to get rid of or change that one because she loves, she just loves the speed of it and she's interesting. She's cute. She's also about 4'11", so she's real tiny too. So I'd keep that one. I think I would change up Tower of Terror, but I don't. Maybe add more times you drop to it because I think it's so much fun. That's probably the only thing I would change about it. And Slinky Dog, that's impossible. I love that. I love that one too. So. But I'm with Marianne. Add a cover or something over, and I guess that the only reason I'd get rid of it is because it's hot to stand there, and then when you're it's all outdoors, so it's weather impending.
related, right?
Yeah,
It is
that's
right there in the middle of the
though.
Florida sun, man. You bake. You bake in that
terrible.
line.
You do. You totally bake. So I mean, that's just this question's just impossible. But that's what I would do.
They're all
That's the
impossible.
point, right?
Kate, should we skip you because you're going to match me? Now,
Well, so you and I are actually very, very close.
okay.
I would keep Tower of Terror. And here's the thing. I don't like drop rides. I never have liked drop rides. Because especially as a kid, I was always really, really thin and I never could get the bar to like come down far enough. So I would come up off the seat. So I've never liked drop rides, but the theming of Tower of Terror, in my opinion, is one of the best throughout the entire resort. From the minute you walk into that hotel, from how the cast members treat you, how they speak to you, walking into the pre-show. The first time I walked into the pre-show, the lights went out. I screamed and I dropped to the fetal position. And my 8-year-old cousin looked at me and said, "Katie, don't be a weenie." And I was like, "Oh, this is great." So everything about it, just the first stop where you see the stuff, it's just so good. So I don't care for the drop part, but if I could do all of the rest of it, I would. Number 2, I would fix Rock and Roller Coaster. That time that I came with my 8-year-old cousin, we had gotten off Tower of Terror and she goes, "Let's go on Rock and Roller Coaster." Mind you, I am not a roller coaster person. And I was like, oh no, because I knew she was going to call me a weenie again. But wait a minute. I love that idea. It's so good. And my biggest fear is it going 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then it not taking off. That is one of my biggest fears. But I would fix up the actual things that you see when you're on the ride. I would change some of that.
They're dated. They're really dated.
They are. Yeah. And I didn't know that there was an Iron Man version, so I'm down for that. And then I would get rid of Slinky Dog Dash. And I think it's just because I love the other two so much that unfortunately that comes in third. So Carrie, we were very close.
See,
there you go.
Rock and Roller Coaster has my mother attached to it. So you can't.
Sis, I get it.
With your mom.
I would have said the same thing. I got
your mom wouldn't speak to you after she watched the show. So like,
she'd be so disappointed in her Boston accent. She'd say, "Carrie, why would you say that?" She would be very upset if I didn't say Rock and Roller Coaster. She's from Boston.
Awesome. Dan, what are you thinking, buddy?
I'm with Kate here. I love Tower of Terror. I think Tower of Terror is iconic. I think it is Hollywood Studios. I think you have the projections on it there. You can't have Hollywood Studios, in my opinion, here without Tower of Terror at this point. I think it's iconic. And the theming is on point, like Kate said. I 100% agree there. And then as far as fixing up, I'm going to fix up Rock and Roller Coaster as well. I think it's very dated. I think the younger generation may not know Aerosmith as well. And get the backstage passes and all that good stuff. But I think I would fix that up. And then Slinky Dog, I mean, I love coasters. I love upside down coasters. I think it's a very smooth coaster, and the theming is great, but I can get the theming elsewhere inside of Toy Story Land. I think it's kind of a yawner, honestly. So I'm gonna tear up Slinky Dog Dash.
Wow. All you guys ripping up on
I'm gonna
Slinky
catch some
Dog.
hate for this. I'm gonna catch some hate for this too.
So, man. So, okay. So I'm friends with McNair Wilson, who designed Tower of Terror, and he is totally not liking me because I think they totally already plussed it up over in Disneyland, and that is just a phenomenal ride over there. However, I am going to talk it up because it is the OG tower. It is the weenie of Hollywood Studios. It is just a classic attraction. It is timeless. It is just as perfect today as it was when they first came out with it. They've even already plussed it up a couple times by changing the drop sequences, putting more drops in there. It's just awesome. Okay. So love me some Tower of Terror. Slinky Dog, I'm going to fix up. And I'm going to fix it up by making it longer. That thing really needs to do multiple loops all the way around Toy Story Land. Okay? They said it was going to go around the land. It goes around like half the land or partial. This thing needs to like loop around a couple of times just because it's such a long wait for that ride and there's really just like 2 big hills on it. So, I mean, hang on, right? Who doesn't love the little dog telling you to hang on, right? I love it. Okay. Rock and Roller Coaster. Dude, Aerosmith is like so 1980s. Okay. Like they're a has-been band. These guys are like in a geriatric home or almost there. Okay.
Oh, Chad.
Yeah, I was rocking them with my 8-track underneath my front seat right there. Knocking my Aerosmith.
I like to sing along on that ride. Oh my goodness.
So they're done. Like they're past their prime. Okay. You guys had your deal. Move on over to Cleveland to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Okay. Let's just move that attraction over to Cleveland where it belongs. Okay. And rip it out of my theme park and put something better in there. Okay. Like, wow. Brad, what are you thinking?
Okay, so I heard so many good arguments. I kept scratching out and then fixing and then put it. But I'm just going to go back to my original. The reality is, let's be honest, is if there's more than 1 or 2 in this entire list that any of us would really honestly say, get rid of it, I'd be shocked. We don't want to get rid of it.
I kind of think that.
We're forced to. So
I'm not forced to. Gone. Like,
but on some, that's just say 1 or 2 of them for sure. Some of the others, it's like we're all saying, well, get rid of it and redo it. But then you didn't get rid of it. You redid it. So, but anyway, so let me cut to the chase here. You know me, I'll talk too much. I'm going to go ahead and go with, I started to switch Slinky Dog to second when you talked about the shade and the length, because the truth is, more shade and more length. I agree. At least once around the entire park. I mean, that would double the length.
Yeah.
So, but I'm with you, Jake. That ride so shocked me because I was ready for it to be a kiddie ride, another kiddie roller coaster. You know, it looks like it, and it's not. Now, is it white knuckle? You know, Universal Studios? No, it's not. But it's just such a good blend. But
it's a great entry level coaster for kids.
It really is. Or even for adults who, you know, just they don't feel like they can handle those bigger ones that are messing them up. But yeah, it's a great entry level roller coaster. I'm going to fix up Rock and Roller Coaster. I am an Aerosmith fan. They are on my playlist on my phone. But I'm just ready for a change, a new band, some kind of a new theming.
Yes.
Change the inside, make it look different, and I'm with you, Marianne, I'm getting to that age now where I tend to put both hands up and grip to keep my head from smacking back and forth.
Ping pongs.
Yeah, it's like, oh, that hurts. But so I'm going to fix it up. Here's my thing. I think it's sacrilegious to think in terms of tearing down Tower of Terror, but there's 2 key reasons why I would go there. And one of them's, I'll make this story as quick as I can. your family, right, Carrie? Your family drives a lot of the things of why you like them and you don't.
Yeah.
And my kids, we were in Disneyland the summer they opened up Tower of Terror for the first time. It had been open about 3 weeks. And we were sitting at the hot tub at the hotel, and we knew my girls are a little squeamish. I'm like, they wouldn't ride that ride. And this lady in the hot tub going, oh, we took our grandson. He's the same size as your little one. He loved it. It's not that bad. They're going to love that ride. And so we're like, what do you think? It's brand new. We don't want to miss it. So we took them. Well, Gina can back this up. Maybe some of the rest of you can back it up. When they first opened Tower of Terror at Disneyland, I don't know what happened in Disney World, but at Disneyland, they didn't have lap bars or anything. They didn't have straps. They didn't have seatbelts. It was a lap bar that came down as far as the person with the biggest legs. Ooh. You see where I'm going. So
Awesome.
I got this little itty bit.
It really was Tower of Terror.
Oh, absolutely was. My little daughter, man. I mean, I'm laying across her the whole ride thinking, dear Jesus, she's going to come up out of that thing and fly around this thing. And she thought so too, and her mom did. I guarantee you, for 3 years, all I had to do when we go to Disney is go, Tower of Terror. They'd go, they were with you, Kate. Fetal
It's
position.
awful.
Don't make
Awful
me
feeling.
laugh. It
My
was
mom
like
used to
3
put
years
her-
ago. 3 years ago, I finally got over 10 years. I finally got somebody to ride it with me. Nobody would ride. My kids won't ride it. My wife wouldn't ride it. Nobody would ride it. And then the second reason I'd let it go is because of Guardians of the Galaxy at Disneyland.
They plussed it up.
So many cool features
Yeah.
on the Disney World one, but that Guardians one is the funnest. It is just so much fun. You laugh and scream through the whole thing. And so for me, it's like, yeah, that's the one I would let go.
All right.
Tough call.
Can I just throw this in there? You know that pull up on the yellow strap thing? There
Yeah.
might have been a trip when I didn't pull up on the yellow strap because I was worried about the kid next to me. And my husband had those same thoughts because his wife was that far out of her seat, and the kid was riding for the first time, and she was scared to death. So here he is trying to hold his wife into the ride because he thought she was going out,
You're
and
doing
his
the
daughter is
astronaut.
screaming for her bloody murder the whole time. And yeah,
Oh my
so
goodness.
It's a terrible
Yeah,
feeling.
but it was the best ride on that ride ever.
Oh, okay. Well, let's see what some of the audience voted here as well. So Justin saying Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog, he's ripping out. And then Dan saying he's talking up Slinky Dog, fixing up the tower, and ripping out Rock and Roller Coaster.
Good job with Slinky, Dan.
Good job with ripping rocking. Okay. Mark says he's going to keep the Tower of Terror. He's going to revamp the Rock and Roller Coaster, and he's going to ditch Slinky Dog.
Boy, the Slinky Dog didn't get much love. Whoa.
He's getting it now. Derek's saying he's talking up Slinky, fix rocking with
There
a
you go.
retheme. Dude, like rip out Tower. Like, how could you?
Best ride in the park.
Always the contrarian. And then Gina says, I'm Team Mark. Okay.
Ah.
Derek saying Team Jake. Justin
job.
saying talk up Tower of Terror, fix Slinky Dog, blow up Rock and Roller Coaster, and retheme it to something else. Got to keep Slinky Dog so kiddos have something to do, right? That is a Team Chad right there all the way. Okay. And then somebody says Jake's got it exactly right. Talk up Slinky Dog, fix up Rock and Roller Coaster, and rip out the Tower of Terror.
Crazy people.
Good job, Facebook user.
That's right.
Yeah.
Crazy people.
Rebecca says she's talking up Tower, fixing up Rock and Roller Coaster to make it longer, and rip out Slinky Dog, which is her fiance's favorite. So
My girl.
No.
Rebecca, we've got a date to ride
My
Tower of
girl.
Terror.
Okay. Jennifer says talking up Tower of Terror, fixing up Rock and Roller Coaster, and ripping out Slinky. It's a great ride, but it's really just a roller coaster. And thank you for not touching my boy Figment. I was worried for his safety tonight.
I'm with you, Jennifer. I love Figment.
Jennifer, we will have you defend Figment's honor on another night and another edition. Okay.
Figment, we're coming for you.
Right? Rocket. Derek saying Rock and Roller Coaster made my 64-year-old mother yell a curse word for the first time she wrote it on the launch. Okay.
There you go.
Another team mom and Rock and Roller Coaster for you there, Carrie, right?
I love it.
And then Caleb says Team Mary Ann, Tower of Terror is my favorite memory ride with my wife. Slinky's my favorite family. Fix the Shade and Rock and Roller Coaster is out. Love it, but bring in a new thrill ride. And then, so Sam is saying Tower of Terror theming. Yep, par excellence. And Gina goes Team Kate this time. Okay. Your podcast mate Rebecca there from Disney from the Plus Platoon is saying Team Kate. And
My girl.
somebody's saying I just wish Slinky Dog was faster. Faster would be good, but we got to keep it a kid ride. And
Yeah, there's just nothing in that park for kids anymore. It's really thin.
so, and then Rich here has a pretty decent idea. Retheme Rock and Roller Coaster to Incredicoaster and never
Yes.
change Tower of Terror. Right? I mean, you do have the hallway at the original one. And I think everybody who says that hallway makes the ride. Whereas at Disneyland, you didn't have it.
Is there an Incredibles ride anywhere?
California Adventure.
That's the
Disneyland.
only one, Incredicoaster.
Get a coaster.
They
Oh, okay.
rethemed California Screamin'.
Got it.
And
And
then
it's very good. It's
Very good.
did a good job.
and Holly is a Team Chad here, talking up Tower, fixing up Slinky, and tearing out the Rock and Roller Coaster. And so then Justin says, hey, now Aerosmith was also big in the 90s, which is still 20 some odd years ago. And then this comment just kills me. Kill Rockin'. Chad, meet Jake.
And the fact that I agree with him on this one, I love Rock and Roller Coaster, but I'm not on his good list today. So
Then Ryan saying Guardian of the Galaxy's Mission Breakout is the coolest thing to happen to Tower of Terror in Disneyland. Yes.
And part of that was the Disneyland Tower of Terror was not nearly as good as the one in Disney World. That's the one ride where that's one of the few rides where you go, Disney World's got it right.
Yeah.
Disneyland's wasn't as good.
And then a Facebook user was saying, why is the line at Slinky Dog so long if so many hate it?
there
Yeah.
we go.
Hey,
That's
keep
a comment.
talking it up. You know, people don't go
Yeah.
there anymore. It's a terrible ride.
Yeah.
That they wait 3 hours for it
So
In the sun, on the concrete.
in the sun in July.
anyways, we're at about the wrap up time for today's show. Hopefully you enjoyed today's show. I want to thank our sponsors, World of Disney, which incorporates DVC Rental Store, DVC Resale Market, and Monera Financial. So thank you to Carrie and your company so much. I would encourage you all to go to mydvcpoints.com/146 and hear a phenomenal interview I did with Carrie. I am like really, really proud of that interview. Carrie, have you listened to it yet?
I have not listened to it just yet, but I had a blast doing that last week, and so I am going to be taking a listen. The past few days have been crazy, but I absolutely loved it. Thank you so much for having me.
Oh, no problem. I cheated. I didn't get it out till like Saturday afternoon. So it hasn't been out very long, Carrie.
Okay, good. Okay,
But it is there. Okay. And it is a phenomenal show. And we'll dive into Carrie's background and then talk about some really cool changes that the rental store did. So for people renting points and how awesome they treat members. And I am so happy to have you come and join us. And in the episode, I didn't even get to say, it was really nice as well because somebody had an issue and posted it in the Facebook group, the My DVC Points community group. I tagged Carrie on it, sent you a text, and boom, it was taken care of like that. It was just phenomenal all the way around. So I want to thank you so much for all that you do there.
Thank you. There's over 30 years of former Disney cast members on this team, so you're in good hands with former Disney cast members who understand. So, thank you. We're thrilled to help.
Yeah, it's very awesome, and we're very fortunate to have you guys partner with us and
Thank you.
help us create content and build community, because that's really what we're doing here as well. So thank you guys, everybody, for tuning in. Sam, I'm still going to consider you my friend. You can disfriend me if you want to, but
That's right.
love having the conversation tonight, guys. Love geeking out with you about Disney, and you guys are my family, my friends, and I love everybody here so much. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. We'll be back next Sunday night at our normal time at 9 o'clock, and we'll see you guys then. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Night, guys.
Bye.
Thanks. Night.